Hi everyone, my name is Ray and welcome to my channel. Have you ever started a fast and then quit early on? Maybe you had food cravings that were too much to handle, so you just caved in, or maybe it was just your physical body that was making you feel very uncomfortable and getting all the symptoms that you get from a good detox. This has definitely happened to me and many of my followers. I would just not fast because it sounded too hard, or I tried and gave in. When I did decide to fast and I went through with it, it ended up being amazing. I felt a strong sense of accomplishment every time I did it. I had mental clarity, I noticed improvements in my skin, I needed less sleep, and so many other things that when I got accustomed to, I started noticing. I confronted many obstacles in fasting, especially in the beginning. Eventually, overcoming them and creating the actual habit, I used to do it once a week for one day, was beyond rewarding. Because of that, I broke through major barriers and made transformations in my life that were way beyond the fast itself, because you learn to persist, in other words. Fasting is something that is profoundly beneficial if you're doing it right, and it's becoming more and more popular today, and you can see how many people are viewing these type of videos. The most common reasons and benefits that you get from fasting is a sharper mind, a bodily detox, clear skin, and a profound sense of accomplishment. From my experience, it's definitely worth it to confront the challenge of fasting, especially because in the beginning you don't really have to do it for a long time. It can be just like a 24-hour thing, and when you see that you broke through that limitation, then you can do it way more. So it has to begin with baby steps and not go through the 3 days of dry fasting in the beginning. Now, so in this video, I'm going to inspire you to fast and share with you some of the ways you can overcome the challenges you will most probably face or you have already faced. But first, let's help support others who are also trying to fast and get into this healthy lifestyle. If you have any tips, advice, or inspiration on fasting that you'd like to share, please leave them in the comments below. And just to get you up and running, if you need motivation about fasting, check out my video, Dry Fasting Explained: Benefits of Dry Fasting and Intermittent Fasting. Just check it out on my YouTube channel, and then you'll understand why people even want to do this. There are several big challenges that come up with people that are trying to fast, and I'm going to touch all of them. The first and the major one is the physical symptoms. While fasting, especially for beginners, you might feel sick, weak, or you have a headache or low blood pressure, your heartbeat might be racing, and you might just want to stop because of those symptoms. If you have tried fasting and got any of those symptoms, you might have already created an inner resistance to fasting. And then the second time you're going to do it, you'll feel like, oh no, I don't want to get there. Of course, this happens because you're detoxing. Toxins are accumulated in the body. Toxins come from everything, from carbon dioxide emissions, it comes from stress, it comes from bad nourishment, it comes because your body is actually digesting some of the food that you're eating and throwing away the waste, and it's being accumulated and accumulated. Now, if you've never done a fast, it means that your body is full of toxins, in other words. That means that right now, the first time that you're doing it, or in the beginning that you're doing it, and you're not doing it in a profound way or a few days, it means that your body is beginning to touch the healing part, which is cleaning out the toxins. Now, these toxins are the ones that are the source of disease. They're the source of your body not working in the best ultimate way it can be, meaning reaching your true physical potential. It's the source of aging as well. And when you're detoxing, those are the things that occur. In other words, your body is going to feel a little bit heavier, you're going to be a little bit more tired, especially in the beginning. So you're going to see a lot of these different symptoms, but the good news is that they only happen in the first few days. And again, this is talking about people who are going to go longer. If it's just one day, maybe in the beginning you will touch that. And if you're intermittent fasting, you'll touch just a little bit of that. And then after another week, a little bit more and a little bit more. That's the gradual way of doing it. But if you're going for a 3, 4, 10-day water fast or a short dry fast of a few days, you're going to feel them a little bit more intense. That's the type of fast that I usually like as well, because it's the wham bam thank you ma'am approach of doing it quick and fast. So to deal with those physical symptoms, you can either know that they're coming for you, or you can prepare properly for your fast. That means that you can start off with short fasts and gradually build up, like intermittent fasting. You can also choose an easier fast or a shorter one, meaning a juice fast is easier than a water fast, and a water fast is easier than a dry fast. Or you can do a raw food a few days just as a preparation, and then the symptoms won't be as harsh. Also, you can take note that if you are doing a strong detox fast, you will feel symptoms. And it's important to be in an environment where you can really take it easy and you have the proper support. If you're just starting and you're beginning to adjust to this type of lifestyle, which is the healthiest you can probably imagine, don't expect to do all of your regular activities, okay? After you get accustomed to it, which for most people takes just a couple of weeks, for some people it can take up to a couple of months as well, you can go back to doing all your normal activities and your normal routine. And actually you'll be surprised how easy it gets. If you're doing yoga or you're doing physical activity, you'll see that you can stretch longer, last longer. So we talked about the physical symptoms. Let's talk about the social ones. Now, a lot of us are already the weirdos of society, the ones that are trying new things. We think that we are hard asses and our spiritual ego is up all the way to the roof. But society does have an effect. In other words, if you are working a normal, 9-to-5 type of job and everybody's going out to lunch and you're not going to go with them, you might be pressured to do so. Suddenly everything becomes a surprise. Suddenly your mother is coming to visit for the weekend. Suddenly a friend that you haven't met in over a year. All the reasons to be socially active. And then you have the ridicule, meaning people who kind of feel bad about their own health and about you doing things that are good for your health, that are going to ask you, but why the hell are you doing it? Or they're going to start ridicule it, or they're going to start saying things like this is not socially acceptable, or this is crazy, or your body's going to eat itself, especially if you're doing dry fasts, which again is growing in popularity. So dealing with those social conditions is something that, again, you need to be exposed to it gradually. You need to see that you're okay with your own fasts and then learn to be in a supporting environment. If you're doing just the 24-hour fast, it's usually much easier. But if you're going longer, you need to be in the right place with the right people, or just prepare them for the fact that you're not going to be eating or you're not going to be drinking. The solution is to surround yourself with people and an environment that are supportive to your fast, or take a very strong stand while you're explaining while you're doing it. I personally used to fast every first day of the week, the business day of the week, for a few years before I developed my current more breatharian than normal lifestyle. I had to have a rule, okay, a set of rules, and then get everybody used to it. And it gets quite annoying because people don't get why you're doing it. And they prefer that you will be normal and you will eat with them because it makes them uncomfortable to eat by themselves. Just imagine your friend inviting you to dinner and he's not eating and you're eating. If you want the social challenge, you can go out with your friends while you're fasting to a restaurant and see what happens if you choose to just drink, or even better, don't eat anything at all. See how that will make your friends or your family members feel, and see how the waiter is going to react as well. See how that perhaps makes you feel a little bit uncomfortable as well because they're uncomfortable. See if you're going to surrender and change yourself to make them feel better. See if you can stand your ground, to stand up for yourself. This is why taking this up or this lifestyle is challenging, because you have to deal with a lot of things in your personal development, like being yourself and dealing with social pressures. This is why I recommend and I host supporting group dry fasts in my retreats. So I have pretty much seen every type of difficulty, including headaches due to caffeine or cigarette addictions, childhood memories, fixations, and the fear of the unknown, people who are afraid of doing more than 24-hour dry fasts or anything like that. Another big difficulty, and one of the top reasons people stop a fast prematurely, is cravings. Now, this can be really challenging on many levels, and cravings happen due to two main reasons. The first is that we are addicted to food and have chemical cravings that might come from our body or from the bacteria in our gut that is making us crave something that feeds them and is afraid to starve. Now, when the intention about a fast is clear about how long you want to fast, the body will automatically deal with the physical cravings. In other words, hunger might come, but it is ignored and will simply go away just like it came. Like when you get tired and it becomes a wave, and after a while you don't get tired anymore. Same with hunger. Don't think for 1 second that the hunger will last forever. Also, It depends if you're doing a dry or wet fast. If you're doing a wet fast, you can just drink water because if you're hungry, because that will replace it. Now, the second reason is emotional challenges. We face personal issues in our life, struggles, boredom, lack of self-love. We might crave comfort, so we want ice cream or something our mom used to make because it reminds us of the feminine love that we got as children. These type of challenges can be overcome when you become more aware of your relationship with food. The fast will actually clearly bring them up, even short fasts. That's why it's a mental challenge. Think about it like a challenge and prepare yourself for it, meaning you should understand that it might be demanding and remind yourself to push through when those challenges come. Remind yourself that these challenges are going to come. And that is why we start small and then we gain confidence and we gradually move to bigger and longer fasts, in other words. Now, I know it can be really challenging or really difficult to face most of the stuff we talked about for the first time. I guarantee and I promise you, you can do it. And it gets easier with time when you build the right habit. I guarantee that you will feel insanely good and accomplishment after you finish your first fast. If you find yourself slipping into negative thoughts about how hard this can be, how much you want food, or how crappy you feel about yourself, please try to direct your mind towards thoughts of how good it will feel to do it and about positivity. Imagine yourself after the fast is done feeling clarity, vibrance, and balance. After the hard step is over, you will even want to prolong the fast. It really is about getting through the mental barriers and much less about the physical discomfort, because usually in short fasts, you just don't get those physical discomforts. It's about changing our habits and our beliefs about what we can do. So it's about persistence and creating this type of character. If you're planning a fast, I highly recommend watching this video every day of the fast just to remember that it's normal to go through many difficulties and that you are not alone. There's a lot of people that are doing it with you. I know it's not normal standard yet, but it will be one day. Of course, as always, thank you so much for watching me and giving me your time. And remember, you can do it. You're going to feel amazing when you complete the fast. So stick with it and don't let go, okay? Lots of love, lots of light. Namaste, my friends, and I will see you in my next video.